Mirage, a map that in history Fnatic have loved, but as of late has not been great to them. You've got to hope that they've put a similar amount of work there as well, because I think, if anything, the veto favors Cole, even if Fnatic are the, you know, better team. Obviously, the word better, I guess, comes under what parameters you look at, but at least right now, Fnatic have been performing.
And what parameters do you look at, Hugo?
I don't know. Peak world ranking, you know, players, experience as a roster. There's a lot of factors, and that's why I feel like it's safe to say Fnatic are better than Cole, but also Fnatic have existed longer than Cole, so that shouldn't be too much of a surprise.
Yeah, looks like we have a short little technical pause right now. We'll work to figure out exactly what is going on.
You're actually in the server, Harry. You are in the train yard, so you
am in the train yard.
Here, broken down.
My understanding is that it's rained too heavily, and that maybe play will be called off. But we have to wait and see, Hugo.
This isn't tennis.
No, if you actually look, you'll see that someone from Complexity has dropped from the server. It looks like. Oh, hang on, I'm trying to think.
That or Flusher has made a big roster change.
Yeah, Flusher's actually switched on over. He's joined Complexity. It's a big roster move, but hey, they're building a juggernaut. And if you want a juggernaut, you want Flusher.
Not wrong. Yeah, we're waiting for Poison to get back in. I imagine he's here, and we're just waiting for the hard reset as we restore the round. Config with a scout. We got Deagles here for Cole, and Fnatic still bought with a no AWP. They didn't save Poisons from the back of Green Train in the previous. Where do they go from here? Fnatic have run a lot of fast rounds. So early grenades from Cole, but none of them connecting because Fnatic, they've fallen back a little bit. Poison hasn't. He's pushed close Ivy, and Fnatic are holding for it, leaving JW in this position while Golden goes back towards B to join the bomb.
Well, JW hasn't seen much action yet, and this might be his first round to give it a go. Oh, well... Maybe I spoke a little too soon there. It's Config to actually find him. And now for Fnatic, they're just going to ease back into one of these B plays. They've pretty much been like the bread and butter of these anti-eco rounds. And they've often been good for Fnatic. So they fall back into a nice safe B hit. They don't have anyone going aggressive this time around. And Config Scout is arriving, looking to get stuck in. Oh, Config, another nice kill. Brolin gets dropped, and now that's an AK that's retrievable. Flusher is trying to close the distance here. He's trying to get up close to these players in the connector, playing around this smoke. He's going to hide in it, but he's losing his teammates one by one inside of the bomb site. And now Golden, he's got to buy time. He's got to buy time for Flusher to get away with a lot on this flank, and the bomb is planted for Flusher. He's giving it enough time, and now he taps them down. That is perfectly played from Flusher. Everything about that round was calculated to a T by Fnatic to try and allow Flusher to find this success in the post plant. And even though everybody falls for Fnatic, I like what we see there from them. Flusher as well, just waiting and waiting, letting them get that defuse down low and then nabbing it. This is sick as well. Look at that.
The camera shots continue to impress, of course, especially from Cole's side of things. But yeah, I mean, you see so many teams mess that up in the B post plant when they get aggressive, right? So many teams go for a default plant and then push connector like Flusher did. But I'm glad Fnatic didn't fall into that same trap. With no utility and with Golden playing alone towards the halls, they planted it for Flusher. They let him come back from connector and do the work there. So Fnatic not making these basic mistakes that even catch out top teams here and now. So 5-0. Reaping the rewards of this scoreline. Flame F gone in an instant. He's been so good at those opening duels, but this time he's going to lose his. Brolin also opening up on this outer site. Poison's been smoked off, and he's going to try and move through it, but Flusher spams the smoke, and of course, Flusher comes out on top, leaving 2 for Cole in a 2-on-4. Brolin won't let anyone stop the plant either, and Obo, the life of an inner player, Harry, you know it, you love it, and he's left rotating.
Yeah, man, no, it's iconic, isn't it, right? You're that 1B guy, and it's like, all right, guys, I'll retake A in a 1v4 again. I guess that's all I can do. Yeah, it's not going to happen for Obo. Fnatic, they're really showing us a good hand here on trade to open things up, and that is exactly what I wanted to see. I feel like Fnatic, right, we either see them come out the gate steamrolling, or they never even get out the gates. You know, that's what it feels like with this team sometimes, man, and I'm liking that we're seeing them show us such like a depth early on. You know, I can't think of them just like rinse repeating the same kind of thing. The pistol round was really nice. The anti-ecos have been great. And then the moment these buy rounds come in, Fnatic just pick up the pace, and they really do just switch it up on complexity. They never give a player like Poison a lot of time, right, to get set up with the AWP, to pick players away. I'm loving what we're seeing from the Fnatic squad. And there's a timeout called in for Complexity, and I think justifiably so, right? This is a very, very one-sided start.
Wow, talk about jinxing it before we're even close, Elliot. Come on, man. We're 6 rounds deep. You're going to call it like that?
There's always that one guy, isn't there, man? You'll be like 11-0 up, and then someone's like, "Is it really going to happen? The 16-0?" And then it's like, "Nope, we've actually lost 16-11." So thank you very much. That's already been jinxed.
Calling it 11-0 is very different to calling it 6-0 as well, right? Like just a slow start for Cole. They haven't had any chances to build money. Every buy round has been reset immediately. Poison's last orb had no armor. He got grenaded out of the round. All these things add up. And Fnatic, they have looked so good while doing this. It's a low buy for Cole, but Config, he had 7k. He's bought an AWP with Kevlar as well. What a mad lad in the server. We know he can use this AWP. And so let's not judge it. Let's see what he can accomplish in this round. It could, on the other hand, just be a waste of $5,000. Almost a shot through the wall into main, connecting to Brolin. And Config, he's got to be very mobile with this, because of course spamming the AWP, telling Fnatic exactly where he is, that might tempt them in towards that B bomb site, but at least Config will have a quick rotation if that's the case. Rush on the scout, and he's been flashed off Ivy as well. Fnatic are trying to take this out of sight bit by bit as they push Complexity passive.
They're about to pressure made. Brolin has been waiting so patiently for this, and I think he just pulled out utility as they pushed in. The timing could not be worse for Brolin there. Golden is wrapping in through CT, and he's looking so crisp right now. He's shut down Config. That is the AWP taken out of the round already. However, oh dear. Oh no, Obo's deep down flusher. Poison's best JW, that drops the bomb over. This scout has gotten away with a lot of damage as well. Golden was so close to discovering Blame F, and Blame has now heard Golden rotating through Ivy, so Poison is ready for that peak, and he's ready for it the second time around as well. They mop that round up on the eco, and is it any coincidence that it is the same round? Elliot brings up the stat about no 16-0s. I'm not saying that that's the reason why, but that's probably the reason why.
Fully jinxed by AZS or Sourdough-esque, I guess.
That's the thing, right? Like Fnatic fans now, they're going to hate Elliot, but obviously if you're Jason Lake, you maybe start to get him on payroll to to put up more of these stats, you know?
The old jinxaroo. Hey guys, I've never seen Complexity go 0-6 and then 16-0 the game, but well, this is the first time for anything. Yeah, nice round. I love it when the scout does exactly what Rush does there, right? Just pivots on the bomb train, tags Golden CT, doesn't reface, tags Crim's E-box. Well, I won't say double. It doesn't reface because he jumps and gets one tapped, but that's always fun. But yeah, good damage off the scout. That AWP bought by Config, right? He gets an opening kill, and then Poison takes it and finds 3 more in the round. Like, what a madman! That AWP really does provide everything for Complexity, and they save it into this round as well. Poison's well armed, and the rest of the CTs are around it. Cole looking to build upon their first round here. They don't want to get immediately reset, but JW has this AWP in play. Wow.
And it's another round where they just pick up the pace. They barrel a man into the site. Now, this time he does get traded, right? Flusher doesn't last long past getting that initial kill. But still, it's put a lot of pressure on Complexity. They've kept 3 players over at A, and that leaves just Obo here at the B bomb site. Sure, Rush has come rotating round, and actually he is going to get here in time. Him and Obo are able to combine for a bit of a defense, but Crim's looking very, very good right now. He's deep within the site. That molly is going to force Poison forward. Blame F is coming in on a very, very lengthy flank all the way up through the tunnels. And ooh, Poison going to try and find the man behind Great Train. Golden, that molly's not deep enough to force him out. And so he's able to stay here. Now, will they be ready for Blame F coming in through the back line? He's taken his time on this flank. They've had to wait a very, very long while for Blame F to get into position. So you want this flank to deliver a lot, and it will deal with Golden. This leaves Crims in the 1v2 on the bomb train, and Poison's going to dig him down. Efu's going to come on in, and while it does look like it's going to be close, it will be this second round on the board for Complexity.
Yeah, Fnatic get very hung up there on that B entry, right? They don't throw the ramp smoke when they go for the contact drop with 3 players, which is fine. You don't need the ramp smoke, but you definitely need players fighting towards the connector. What they've done in the past is send that fast spawn down. First player, often Brolin, just jumps into the site, and then a player peeks behind him and actually takes the fight while the connector player is distracted. In that round, Fnatic, they get so focused on Obo that was playing Bomb Train, no one looks towards Con, and the smoke comes in late, so Rush is able to mow down 2 players on that rotation. Like, that shouldn't happen. Fnatic should always trade that at a bare minimum, but that really makes the round difficult. And Config, he doesn't make it any easier either, getting aggressive and finding Flusher on the ladder. JW tagged through an Ivy smoke, and things are getting worse and worse for Fnatic by the second. Complexity might finally be getting a handle on this game. Better late than never. 4 on 5, collar man up rather. And Fnatic with no AWP, they've got to fall back and wait for picks to come to them, but Complexity aren't feeding the beast all too much.
Golden's been a little bit slippery here, holding for Blame F, but now the AWP's trained in on his angle as well. Still not a kill found, but they've got him trapped here. And oh, the timing couldn't be worse there for Poison. Molly's going to force Config out into the open. Brolin's done a good job to turn this back in the advantage of Fnatic. Obo start to close the distance now. Drops the bomb with that kill. And now going to try and deal with a little bit more of this insurrection that's coming out through main. Golden, closest man to him. Obo's never discovered him just yet. And oh, Golden got the info there. He spotted one of these players now. Blame F is up on the bomb train. Is Golden ready for that? Doesn't matter. Blame F wasn't looking the right way. Obo, this was a 1v3 when it began, and it ends with 2 players surviving for Fnatic. That's 7 on the board now, and yeah, a bit of a heartbreaking round for Complexity, right? It looked like for a moment they almost got control of it once again, but these kills from Brolin were great, and the timing for Poison down in Ivy was just very, very unfortunate.
Exactly. Right there is a great example of how losing 1 player on the outer bomb site, even if you're stacked with 4 up, can just cause so much disarray, right? You lose your crossfires, you're holding a man advantage, everything's fine for Cole, but the second Poison's dead, well, there's no support covering main. Fnatic can come out, they can molly pop, they can do so much more with their positions that they already have. And Complexity, their hole just gets dug deeper, right? Certainly isn't going to be helped out in this round either. Cole on a low buy, and suddenly the Orbs, the snipers, they're not saving them on this eco round. Rush and Obo, all that remain, bit of a boost up, does find one. Obo was on the head of Rush, and so wasn't fully exposed in the connector, but that's enough info for Fnatic to know exactly where both these players are and where they can go. Obo hasn't moved, Rush has wrapped round, but Fnatic can consider this, and they've got the players alive to cover the plant. Rush coming in from CT, and Fnatic are about to take some fights. JW going wide. Oh, he's about to spot this. So close, yet so far. Rush has gotten deeper than maybe he should have, but can he do anything with his sniper? Yes!
He certainly seems to think so, Hugo. He's taken out JW. Golden now left to try and hold the line, and Obo has degged him down as well, but Crims is playing the trigger discipline. And he's waiting. He's being very, very patient, and he's just allowing them time. Now, oh, Crims, you're disgusting. This is gross, and he's going to deal with everyone that remains. Crims, the Gravedigger. He's put an 8th round on the board for Fnatic. And as Fnatic had told us before, Hugo, every Gravedigger dies.
Yeah, that is true, Harry. You got to, cross your hearts, cross your necks, do all of it. But Crims, what a brutal display in the clutch. I love how well Crims has been playing in Fnatic, right? It even feels like when Fnatic in Godsend, we had all those switches back a couple of years ago and everyone moved out and moved back in. You know, Crims, firstly, he just sticks around. Secondly, he always performs. It felt like no matter what Swedish roster he was playing with, he was always one of those top players, if not the best at the time. So keeping that into the present as well, right? Timeless player. 8-2, Fnatic in full control of the T side of this map. Cole may have found a couple of rounds, but they are going to need a lot more if they want to feel comfortable in this half. Regardless of how things go, Fnatic are going to win the half, and that certainly doesn't bode well for Complexity on CT Train. They're doing a good job in this round, but JW actually finds Config in the pop dog, a missed close player. Obo's going to swing for the trade. He does fight Golden, but doesn't get away with his life. Down to 20 is Golden, and Fnatic start to wrap the score.
Oh, Blame is ready for it. And even if he wasn't, he had Poison alongside him. However, Fnatic, they leave the bomb back towards T main, and while all this has gone on, JW is going to retreat back to get the bomb. Flusher has gotten very, very deep within this B site, and the timing's going to be everything here for old mate Flusher. He catches Poison on the rotation, and JW, he's been heard. No, he hasn't. He's been sneaking this whole way. He's actually heard Rush on the rotation. He's gonna have to try and beat him with the AWP, but he will catch Rush on the rotate. If you're Rush there, you are mad, man. You are flanking all the way through the T-tunnels. Like, I don't know. JW now 1v1. Blame 22 points of health. Oh, this is gross. JW sneaking his way over towards this B bomb site. And Blame F, he's rubbing his hands. He's thinking, ha ha ha, I've got this, Swede. He won't know what hit him. But turns out JW, one step ahead, is already getting this bomb down over towards B. And now it becomes all too clear to Blame F exactly what's gone down. He's going to try and rotate in.
TikTok. He's got a lot to clear. Blame doesn't know where JW sits. It seems predictable to us in the heavens, but that's still a 50-50 for Blame once he's cleared the site. He's going to go for the tap, needs the kill, needs the victory, and JW knows he's not on the bomb. Another tap, that's all Blame can do. He can't stick this defuse, and JW knows it, clearing it again. Oh, the ladder, and JW pulled his knife out. There's still not time, I don't think, for Blame. He's got to run for the hills with 4 kills, but that is such a close round. JW, he goes for the quick switch, Harry. It's a classic, it's a famed classic, and it cost him his life, but not the round, luckily enough. Big clutch from JW. I like the the diversion there towards the B side through Pop Dog, right? He throws that molly in A. He makes it very clear that he's in the yard at one point, and that keeps Blame F in the smoke forever, giving enough time for JW to set up in the post part.
And once again, this leaves Complexity with not really a lot to work with, right? They're partially investing into this round. Getting that kill early is actually going to be worth its weight in gold. That's a weapon that can be retrieved. The man advantage does slip away from Complexity almost as quickly as it arrived. Config playing around with his Deagle. It's only a Galil as well that was retrieved. That's why they gladly sent him out to the slaughter.
Ooh. Fnatic, they just want kills, right? They don't want to commit in a 4-on-4 where they know Cole are likely in 4A, and that's why not only are they taking their time, but also the bomb is wrapped back. It's a good call, it's a bad flash, but it is going to be the kill from Golden as he finds Poison outside Old Hell. Obo looking to clear, but the aim punch is a real problem, and now B has been lost by Complexity. They don't know it, but they're about to realize as that bomb gets planted. Maybe not, right? Maybe it'll take them a second as Golden's keeping them attracted on this A bomb site, and even though Config knows at this point, there's not much he can do with that information. It's a lost round. Fnatic have cut off Pop Dog. He can't go up the ladder. He does kill Golden, leaving an AK available to him. But past that, I don't think he's going to find all too much in this round. And if he tries to save down Ivy, Harry, JW is waiting.
Yeah, this is the horrible thing for Config, right? Like, Fnatic, they've been everywhere. They've been all across the map. They are like the boogeyman. So he's going to try and retrieve the AK, but he doesn't like really know where is safe. So you really, you really don't envy him. Oh, dear. There's JW. Config, he's got himself a little corner to hide in, but not for long. Flusher hounds him down, finds him as well.
How does the UMP beat the AK in that fight? I don't understand. Flusher. I thought it was Bottle. I thought it was lost, right? JW peaks early. He could have waited. But yeah, Config, he tucks in the corner. He loses to an ump. That is obscene. And Fnatic, well, they are keen to close this map 10-2, and they are in full control. Cole, they've got the money, and that's something they've lacked most of this game. So it's good to see them rifled up, but will it have much result? Crim's quick drop into the pop and finds a kill. That molly should burn him to death if the bullets don't blame Will. Poison finds another shot towards main, and somehow the UMP continues to put up the pain, but Flusher now stuck in a clutch. He gets tagged as well. Poison with a swing, and he will be able to finish around with a pistol. This is the player that we waited and wanted to see today, especially on the train yard. Poison with the AWP, finding a triple, and getting Complexity their 3rd round in the entire map. Never thought I'd see Fnatic broke in this game.
Yeah, that's kind of a wild thing, right? But it does just prove how close these last few rounds have kind of got. You know, you haven't had like these comfortable 4 players surviving like they had early on, right? You think like 2 rounds ago, no players survived. The round after that, what, 2 or 3 players survived.
Ooh.
So, oh, that's a bit unfortunate. A little bit ugly there from BlameF. He gets caught in the in main, but Obo, he's kind of laid the worries to rest in this round, securing that double kill over towards ramp. JW's gotten deep here. Poison does lie on the angle though, and he's primed, ready to go. Poison in with another kill. This leaves it all onto Young Gun Brolin. Deeg out for the boys perhaps, and he will get rid of Poison. Now looking for a little bit more. 1v3 for Brolin here, and he's trying to duel with a connector player. Swings a little too wide, and that leaves him prone to the double peek from Rush at E-Box. And the man back in connector. So Complexity, they finally start to chain together a couple of rounds. And now as we head into round 15, last of the half, Fnatic have a bye. And Complexity, you know, 5-10 half, it is recoverable. And it's a damn sight bit better than how this game started off, right? They kind of stumbled back to their feet, but this is still a very one-sided scoreline for Fnatic.
Yeah, and it's a fast one as well. They're going to run right out main as they have in the past. They'll do the same, but Poison putting down kills and Rush will follow up. Golden trading from the pop smoke. They're just going to commit. Fnatic have no fear, and good shots from Golden, man. You said he looked crisp, Harry. He is showing us why. 2 more kills in this site with a 1-tap to follow. Brolin is now alone in a clutch, a 1-on-3. Shut out the first. That sandwich smoke is fading, and he had a chance to take down the man in the site, but now he's lost that opportunity, and Obo has begun his rotation through Con. Brolin in a far tougher clutch now as Complexity look to play together, play off one another, but Brolin more damage and puts Poison down to 15. He can now leave. He can run wherever he wants. He's got safely back towards T-Con, and the world is his oyster.
Yeah, and you know, also Obo saw him get through the connector just about, and that's led to this rotation back here into the B site from Obo. Now, I like his decision making. You can see he started to go aggressive over towards the upper side of B. He's going to be there to get the early information as to whether or not Brolin is hitting this site. However, this leaves Poison, 15 points of health, trying to hold down Ivy all alone, and he's not able to do it. Brolin gets that kill, and now we're into a 1v1. This is where things get a little bit finicky. Obo, who was over here at the B-bomb site, starts to rotate back towards connector. Brolin, no idea where Obo could be, and it's a little bit scary for him now. There is like a mound of kits for Obo to choose from over there, so he does have time. Brolin, now inside of this site, and he's checking everything. He's being very methodical. The jump on the train has given up his position, and Obo is quick to move into the site. Brolin gets blindsided, and Complexity, they are going to find that 5th round.
Yeah, recovering somewhat near the end of the half, but the question is, are they going to be able to put up much on their T side? Of course, it is a map that Complexity have frequented. They frequent pretty much every map. They have played a lot of games recently, and we're going to see if this one will go the distance. So join us in just a minute, ladies and gents. We'll be back with the second half of Complexity Fnatic in just a moment.
Take a little and you can't get enough. It's a devil's game, but I just can't give it up. I'm a shadow holding hands with the dark. You're a dying flame in need of a spark, but you're bound to fall the way I'm playing this part.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. 10-5 right now is the scores on the doors, and we need to check IDs before you get in here. Now, Betway, they've put this one in favor of the Fnatic boys, and I think, you know, after that first half, that's pretty justifiable, Hugo. I want to say that, like, Complexity, they're able to stumble back to their feet. It feels like we started to see some stuff from guys like Poison and BlameF, and so I'm hoping, right, with these two stepping up towards the end of the half, if we see a bit more from them, Complexity can still make this first map a competitive one.
Yeah, for sure. Don't count them out, and a pistol round is truly the place to start. Blame knows it, and he shows it. He finds a quick pick with a P250. Config drops down the ladder, and blink and you miss it. This round might be done. JW trying to save it, but it's already over. Flusher a long way away on this rotation. He may have a grenade with low players on the other side, but at max, that's a single kill, and even then, we're being optimistic. Complexity looking to find their sixth here. Flusher, how close can he truly get it? Not at all. Obo finds him with a Glock, and Complexity, well, they've begun this comeback, Harry. They have taken the first round of the half, and as long as the anti-ecos can follow, things can certainly get back into shape.
I still can't get, like, even when I'm home, Hugo, I can't get over those camera shots that the guys at Complexity have set up. I love the, you know, we're getting to see what the orgs can bring to the table, right? To add to these online events. Now, Fnatic, let's see what they can bring to the table in this 4-spy round. We got Deegs, we got CZs, we got Scouts. These are all words. And that's the thing about words, you know, you can piece them together, you can make something of it. Let's see if Fnatic can piece this 4-spy together and make something from nothing. JW gonna spot a couple of players down here towards Ivy. Wasn't able to follow up with any damage, but he at least gets the information gifted over.
Cole spotted a double inner, and so the second they did, they rotated back towards A, and Fnatic peeled back from a close setup. You know, there's still double inner, but it means the second that Cole moved towards A, Fnatic can rotate really quickly. And the reason they're still able to run double inner is because of the T-con control getting taken by Brolin. He's actually cut the bomb out of A main, and that's where Complexity are trying to go. So they've got to kill him to even get into this site, and that will be enough information to allow those rotates to come through from Fnatic. This is a really good setup from Fnatic, considering what they have to show, but as long as Complexity stay grouped and try and trade their way to a win, things should be okay for these teams.
Oh, no, maybe not, Brolin. He's gone aggressive. He's torn them down with the CZ. And it will get traded, but still, this is a good round for Fnatic. They're feeling it now. They're in this 3-on-2. They have to finish what Brolin so graciously started, and Flusher is being a menace. He's going to snipe Poison down through the smoke. BlameF, Rappin. You can't afford to miss that many shots with the Mac-10, because Crims is going to deal with it. The nade damage helping out from JW. And Fnatic, they've stolen that 4-spy round away. 11 on the board now. And Brolin, man, he makes me want to be good with the CZ. I see him using it all the time. He is so damn good with that gun. And look at this, like, what nerf, he says as he laughs and just mows them down in main.
And because of that position, we already saw those rotates off of B, right? It was the double inner for Fnatic, and Brolin, he gets the kills. By the time Cole are planting, both players from Fnatic that will be, Crimson Flusher, are already in the A site. Flusher's dropping the bomb planter, and Crimson backtracks with the scout. So, yeah, that's a really good position taken by Fnatic. They show the value of pushing T-con on well, especially those low economy rounds, but really in any situation on the CT side. And Fnatic, nothing can be taken for granted here. JW, well, he's going to try and clear the corner in T-spawn, but Obo was waiting in the wings. Now, off the back of that kill, Cole have really nothing other than this hero AK on Blame, so they are relying on that to find these opening kills. They are a man up, though, moving towards the A bomb site. Brolin trying to hold the line, and he's going to get a bunch of Ts coming his way. But that smoke actually sends him right back, and Complexity will reconsider for now.
Oh, Brolin is the main master, though. And he's not going to let you out without a bit of a fight. Shut down the first man, follows up with another before getting dealt with, and it's still the advantage. I was going to say lying with Complexity, but maybe not. Crims is going to put it back into even odds here in the 2-on-2. Now, Rush has been able to retreat. I'm going to stop saying names because every time I do, I feel like the Death Note, mate. It's Obo now, 1v2. And I'm so sorry, Obo. I've said his name, and now he's creeping forward into Flusher. He gets shut down. Fnatic, they're going to find that 12th. It's a nice try from the Complexity side, right? They get it very, very close. And there was a point in time where it looked like they could have stolen that one away. JW showing us a bit of gymnastics as he gets taken down. But yeah, I mean, you know, for Complexity, that wasn't like a full buy. They didn't put everything on the line. That was just pistols. So now they get the investment here and now, and there is a chance for them in this round.
Yeah, of course, Blame bought the AK, so he's a little limited here, but I think that's always worth it on a round like that. Complexity was very winnable. You know, they get the opening kill, they trade their way into a 2-on-2, and they lose that. So, you know, always worth getting a rifle when you can, and now a bunch of rifles are running the gauntlet towards this A bomb site. JW in a smoke, Config catches him, and will not fall for any of JW's tomfoolery. Crims does spam back, though, finding poison, but in the meantime, Cole has taken B, and Fnatic are only just beginning to realize there's that bomb plant. Crims, he is here in time, but Blame F's pushed very deep, and this Deagle does provide some sanctuary for Complexity in the post plant. Flash out, Obo fighting, he has no fear, and he's dropped gold and leaving Flusher alone, knowing that they could be pushed up as well. He's going to trade out guns. Here's Config on that flank. Flusher reads it, but he won't hit it, and Config with a 3-piece in the round. Despite that bomb going B, he finds all the A kills and puts Complexity on the board. That's such an important round, right? If Complexity don't win that, not only are Fnatic 3 rounds away from their map pick going their way, but they have so much money. Fnatic have now just been broken right into their first rifle round of the half, and that's going to give a great chance for Complexity to get back into play.
Oh, we're going to have a bit of a standoff here. That nade, Golden's dodged it. He escapes the damage and now takes up a position back in the pop dog. Oh, Molly now going in. Golden. Ooh, he gets teased on the ladder. And there's a nade to follow up. They are really making his life misery.
Yeah. I love the combo. They throw the molly outside of the pop and then the grenade in it. So his options are walk into the grenade or walk into the molly. Like, which one do you want to do? Neither, and he does both.
Oh, and they fake the flash as well. No one looks away. It doesn't work, but it doesn't matter. Blame F just drops into pop. Gets those kills. Poison has secured the entry in through Ivy as well. And now Crims and a P2K. Gets away with a headshot. The dink, not the kill. And this is going to be a plant inside of the A site for Complexity. I like seeing teams do that, like fake flash, you know, where you drop the flash up on top of the railing, because it does work sometimes. You'll see, and it just like guarantees you that if you drop down and they're looking away, you ain't getting flashed anytime soon.
Yeah, I think the reason Fnatic didn't turn is they're just pistols, right? Yeah. And they didn't see anything, they're staring. But I'd actually say that that flash, even at pro level, works more often than it doesn't. Because, you know, yeah, they hear the drop, they get ready to turn, and you often see, you know, teams fall for it. I think one thing that's really cool that we've been seeing a lot recently is teams throwing T-Con pop flashes in the mid-round, like a flash from T-Spawn just over main as their pop players come down. Because what that often does is forces a pop player to look at T-Con. That's often, you know, something they're tasked with. And so we've seen a lot of, in train games over Blast, all throughout the week, I've seen a lot of times teams have thrown that flash and forced players to look the wrong way. It's been a really good way of catching out that pop dog player and just dropping down the ladder for a kill. But in this round, it's an eco that's getting dangerously close. Crims has dropped the bomb. They've traded into a 2-on-2, and Complexity have low HP on Blame. That means these Deagles, these P250s, are even more versatile, and JW's found an AK leaned up, ready, waiting for him on the flank. Basically a 1-on-2 right now with how far Crims is positioned away, but no one's rushing to get this bomb. Complexity are hoping for the kills to get delivered to them.
Yeah, no one from Fnatic is offering anything up. JW still hidden, still concealed in pop. Blame hasn't seen him on these little peaks, and timing's going to be everything for Blame in this situation. He's creeping on over. I wonder if he's looking for this AK or if he's just looking to clear the pop position, and he will. He deals with JW and gets that upgrade. Now, Crims been waiting very, very patiently with this Deagle. He knows that the bomb is dropped down towards Connector. And they're just going to go right on past him. They skirt by. They get into the B site. And for Crims, he's realized this a little too late. As he begins this rotation, Rush is already set up in CT, ready and waiting to deal with Crims's wrap. And so Complexity, they are going to get that 9th round on the board. It gets a little bit worrisome at a point in time there with Crims delivering a double. And for Complexity are able to dig themselves out of the hole.
as you hope they should be able to, right? Especially on these rifle rounds. Cole are building into this game, man. It may have only been a 5-round CT side, but already up to 9, and Fnatic only put 2 in the mix. It's going to be the AWP for JW. First real full buy we've had in the second half. Poison will be battling against him. Looking for a B pick, actually. Hitting Flusher right through the wall. I love that shot. Very common for CTs to jiggle on that position. Poison, he doesn't even want the fight. He just takes the 80 damage and gets out of there alive. Flusher dumping a lot of his utility right after the fact. He knows that his life is likely on a timer, and so he should get as much value from his grenades as he can. JW pushed by the flash and won't be able to get a shot off down Ivy. So Fnatic slowly but surely getting pushed away from their initial aggressive positions. We'll see if there's any mid-round changes here as they run a double B setup. Cole not making it clear which site they're hitting. And Flusher playing very safe as to not get picked up at this AWP. It gives Poison a bit of room to spot B, but he doesn't see the fact that there's 2 players here. And that doesn't really matter anyway. Cole, they're grouping to commit. And with a bit of pressure being put on the Pop Dog, Fnatic have opted to give that one away. I don't blame them after some of these grenades from Complexity in the previous rounds. And now in towards this Beast bomb site setup with Golden and Flusher ready and waiting.
Oh, the flash is good though. Golden able to reposition and gets to the back of the site. However, they really are more than aware of his position, and they're going to isolate the fight. Poison even besting JW while blind, and Blame F now dealing with Crims on the wrap. Fnatic, their T side looks so damn good, but on this CT side, it feels like every kill is coming up in favor of Complexity. Every entry, every push is finding success. 3 of the kills in this round have been from blinded players on the Complexity side, and now it just leaves Brolin retreating. 10 on the board for Complexity, and they are more than recovering here over on the T side. They've got Fnatic in a similar spot to where Fnatic had them in the first half, and that is just, you know, never with any money to their name, always in these awkward scenarios where you're buying up, you're losing, then you're partially investing, you're probably losing that one as well, and you just rinse, repeat this horrible cycle that Fnatic are in right now. You'll see once again, there's just no money available to them, so it's only going to be pistols here at the absolute best for Fnatic.
5 out of the 7 rounds of the half going the way of Cole, and that's crazy considering, you know, Cole win the pistol, but then they lose to a force buy in the second round, and Fnatic get control of the economy, and it gets flipped so quickly back. So, yeah, it's a great game plan from Cole, and they're going to throw in a fast round as well by the looks of things. Quick utility over the A bomb site. No one actually pushing into T-Con with it, though, so bomb going Ivy. It's going to be a late round play instead from Cole. Fnatic with 4 on the A bomb site, and Flusher playing upper in solo B. Pretty standard here for Fnatic, nothing all too special. And even with an early B rotate in the form of Golden because of no A rush. Really, Fnatic don't know what's going on because Complexity are walking 3 up Ivy into the one position in the map that Fnatic have no information towards. Oboe trying to clear out B, setting up for this wrap into the site, but at this point, Fnatic have gambled towards that B bomb site. Brolin going to double back, and he'll spot everything. He'll uncover the terrible trues and doing damage, finding config low, dropping the bomb with the AWP. This might be another eco win for Fnatic after all.
There is still time for Complexity to right their wrongs, and they've at least taken a kill onto JW. Oboe's doubled up, but he does get traded. Brolin is making this round feel possible for Fnatic. 2 on 2. Brolin and Golden, the 2 players left in the hot seat now. And Brolin is on for the ace. He is the only weapon for Fnatic coming into this round, and he has delivered 4 of the 5 kills needed. Blame F trying to deny that ace to Brolin, and he will deal with both the remaining players. Blame F take a bit of a bow. He bails Complexity out of that round. A great attempt from Brolin with the solo M4. But it's ultimately not enough. That really is heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, especially considering he almost rotates B, and then I don't know what happens. Maybe the smokes give it away. Maybe someone makes a call, but he doubles back and he commits to that A site. He checks Ivy on a timing. He gets 2 kills. He drops the bomb. What a valiant attempt from Brolin, man. Again, performing for Fnatic, but Complexity, they want the A site and they want it fast.
Oh, but in doing so, they're left in the firing line of Crims. Brolin's up on top of the trains, and he's having his turn at the action. He does get bested by Blame once again. All of this has gone on. JW sniped another man down. Golden, they know he's here. They've got him trapped. However, he's able to bail himself out of danger. He really heats things up for Poison there with the Incendiary and the nades to follow. 13 on the board for Fnatic. This game getting closer and closer.
Yeah, that's a really risky call for Cole, just to go for that instant fast A burst, right? Like, they had the spawns, they play the pop spawns first before they play T-Con, but Fnatic, it's a full rifle round. They have 4A early every time, and they just mow it down. So, yeah, Complexity probably going to move away from these fast yard XX. Their slow, crawls with Ivy takes and B lurks have been really, really good. And so I'd like to see them move back into that, play around this AWP. Poison forces a shot out of JW, but won't get another chance to take him down. JW wraps round, and Fnatic have a solo B in this one. It's just Flusher. Bomb is above Pop, ready to take the halls, and it seems like Complexity do want that inner sight after all. Brolin has yet to be pushed out of this position. We've seen Golden give it up in the past, but Brolin is here to stay. That's going to allow him a very fast flank upper if he wants. Ooh, a bit of spam damage for Fnatic as well. Complexity enticing them to shoot back through the wall as the windows are broken, but you'll see now 5 players grouped up towards B. They can drop Pop, clear Brolin out of this position, and then try and exec inner.
Ooh. Ooh.
No.
Brolin dealing with Obo up above the Pop Dog. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to get in a spam fight with Brolin anytime soon. Now this B play is coming in. And this is where Crimson Flusher have got to come into their own. And these flashes are good at delaying the push. They kind of isolate 2 of these players within the site. Flusher trying his best to help Crims out. Config is still aggressive, but not for long. It's Blame F now left in the clutch, a 1v3. And he has at least got himself a path into this A bomb site. With the bomb planted, Flame's going to try and play around it. Doesn't really know where any of these players for Fnatic reside. And Blame taking up position over here in Ivy. JW slowly but surely rearing his head around the corner, solidifies the round. Complexity not able to get this one over the line, and with it 14 now on the board for Fnatic.
I like the idea there for Complexity, but they bottle the round, man. Their entire game plan is about hitting B, but they get so focused on getting that pop kill, which is fine. It's not a bad idea, right? You want to remove the flanker and the man that gets all the info, but Complexity, they throw Molly. They don't have like HEs. There's a simple guaranteed way to kill Brolin in that position. You Molly the exit, you double nade Pop. There's no way that a player can survive that. And so Complexity don't have that util, and they get so bogged down in fighting him. Brolin hears like 3 or 4 players above him, and he just comes. He gets the kill, and he goes, guys, they can't go anywhere but B or Pop, and I have Pop, so just rotate. And Fnatic go from one very passive inside player to a double setup in the site, and so those rotates were really well timed by Fnatic, but Complexity definitely made that harder than they needed it to be. I'd love to see them, if they want to focus on dealing with a Pop player, buy up the appropriate utility and saving it as well. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem for Cole. It's going to leave them with this rifle round and this rifle round only if they want to fight for this map. If they lose it, they're broke against 15. And that's not the start they needed either. JW dropping the bomb, avoids the orb shot, goes back in, and Poison wasn't ready for the post. The bomb has been delivered further and further towards JW, and shot after shot is putting Fnatic in a better spot. 3 kills away from 15, and JW might just get us there.
Yeah, JW's had a very quiet game as well, so it's nice to see him coming to life in a round that looks to put 15 on the board for Fnatic. Obo and Blame F, they're left in the clutch. Missed shot from JW, but it shouldn't really matter. They try and close the distance. Flusher's here to help out, and this leaves Obo all alone. He's got to ace it in what was temporarily a 1v5. Now 1v4. These are all things that don't make me believe too heavily in the clutch. And Obo, I don't even think he's too keen on the idea. 30 seconds left on this clock. He would have to zip around this map, get that bomb, and it's just not going to happen, is it? Crim's going to deal with him. 15 on the board for Fnatic. It took them a little bit of time on the back of what was a 10-5 half. But now they reach map point here on their map pick.
I think Obo even had that realization where he's like, yeah, it's probably just better to save because he dies and they don't have max loss. So he just gets... Now Obo has less in this round than he would if he hid. But obviously saving is such a double-edged sword in this game. You want your money to be level with your teammates. And of course, there's always that chance of Fnatic hunt you down and kill you after time. And so Obo, he makes a safe choice. And now Complexity, they're just going to rush B. What else can they really do here? Golden's got all the info and he's got the bomb as well, falling down the ramp along with the corpses of Cole, and one by one they're going to get murdered in this map, Harry. Fnatic here and ready to close it out, and just 2 kills to stop them.
Yeah, this first map might be drawing to a close. Golden still holding on towards the upper tunnels of B. The bombs even drop down at Flush's feet. Flash is good, and that's at least going to allow one of these kills to go in favor. Ooh, and another one from Config in through the smoke, giving Flusher a bit of a taste of his own medicine. Blame trying to get the bomb, and oh, he has gotten it, but his little tiptoes getting tickled there by Brolin. They'll trade the weapons back and forth. That's basically like the same as throwing an AWP over, right?
Yeah.
Gonna put the M4 in the hand of Config as well, because he's got more HP. And now they try and get in towards Pop. But Crims, he's heard this. He should have an idea as to what's going on, and he's just being patient. He's not giving up this fight. He's wrapping around behind now, and this play might be the one that seals the deal for Fnatic. Crims delaying as long as he can. Now deals with Config. And this leaves Blame 1v3, 6 points of health up against map point for Fnatic. These are all things that don't sound great, and Crim shows us why. Fnatic are going to take the W here on their map pick. They get this one swept under the rug, and they're able to take the 1-0 lead right now over Complexity.
Yeah, I think that's what we wanted, to be honest. I wanted a competitive series here today, and I think if Cole took away Fnatic's map pick, which for a second it looked like it was possible. They were putting rounds together on that T-side 5 in a row. So, yeah, if they took it, I think a 2-0 would have been very likely. But now things get interesting. Moving to Nuke, a map that Cole have looked so good on as of late, and one that they've certainly been playing a lot. So let's see if they can bounce back and find their pick in this series, or if it will be Fnatic taking a 2-0 to start the day. Join us in just a minute for that second map.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna
Oh, also yes.
better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
Once upon a time, a little complexity that could try to get their wings off the ground, just try to take flight. In the first half, they found 5 rounds to the 10 of Fnatic here on the first map of Train in this bracket, or at least within the playoff bracket that we currently find ourselves in. The DreamHack Master Spring 2020, the European side of things. It's Fnatic picking up the first map in what is sure to be a back-and-forth series. Unsurprisingly, Train going to Fnatic. We had Nuke for Complexity next as their pick. But first and foremost, we need to put a bow on this one and send it down. We need to put it in the back and send it down the river. To do that, I brought in Christine and I brought in Matthew, who have plenty of beautiful words to say. We're going to start with Christine, who hopefully can summon Teemo, if possible.
Teemo is busy destroying a boat right now, but man, what a game coming out of the individuals from Fnatic. You know, I mentioned in the beginning of the game that Complexity, you know, I appreciated the teamwork that they were bringing, the fire that they brought within these rounds, but I don't think they were ready for the loose style of Fnatic, the individuals coming out, consistently finding clutches, consistently just flanking these guys on Complexity. And their CT side, I mean, they were able to garner 5 rounds, but it just wasn't enough. And every single time you could see that Complexity, they were kind of fighting from the back line. They were in the back foot. They were always at a disadvantage coming into these rounds.
And Matthew, I don't know that, you know, a directive needs to be given, but when we look at this, Fnatic, they got a little bit of a slow start in terms of the second half, I guess, is the way you want to look at it.
Yeah, that's a slow half start, second.
Yeah.
Don't know how you want to tie that in. No, listen, Fnatic started really pedal to the metal here, and it was, I guess, a wake-up call for Complexity. The pace, the speed that Fnatic put at this first half was absolutely insane. I even think Complexity did a relatively good job at fighting back, but, you know, one of the problems for Complexity were the clutches, and I actually have put together a couple of clips here that we can roll to show how Fnatic actually completely took them apart. And if you look at this clutch from Flusha, you can just literally feel the experience right here, right now, just waiting. He knows he just tapped the bomb, but that's enough. A few seconds, there it is. 2 kills, the round is over, and then you have Crims outside, same scenario, just toying with his prey, that the cat and the mouse just having a grand old time in air, pretty bop, that's it. 2 very easy clutches for Fnatic. It's just a sign, you know, it might sound silly, but the experience just was Fnatic's way here.
Yeah, and you know, Christine, I look at those clutches. I look at, oh, there he is. Look at that little tail wagging in the background there. I look at these clutches, and I look at what Crims and Flusher are doing, and I think the words "full control" come to mind.
Oh, full control indeed. And you could just see that there's no way in a world where JW came into this series nervous at all, right? I mean, JW is the type of player where he's been around the scene. He's seen these kids coming through the ranks and making a name for themselves, but he knows he's just a better player. And you could see that individually. Now, Complexity, once again, though, they've got a lot of good ideas. They've got a lot of good things going for themselves. So going on to this nuke, I still think that they're going to absolutely make this one competitive. We saw that that Fnatic actually struggled versus Vitality on Nuke in their most recent match, and it was their CT side that they struggled. It was the rushes coming out of Vitality.
I had to wonder if that Teemo is Matthew kind of like throwing things around. Like, I don't really know at that point. Teemo's not happy with the result here, and you know that's okay, Christine. That's completely okay. We all love dogs around here. We're all big Franker Z fans. RIP. Now, Matthew, we look at the next map. We look at Nuke. Do you think that this one goes to Fnatic quickly and easily?
I think Complexity have a fighting chance. Not only did they wake up at the end of Train, but that's a map they dominate. Strategically speaking, they have depth in their game. And as Christine rightfully pointed out, for Fnatic, it hasn't really been a comfortable pick. So I think we have all the chances here for a third map, but it's going to take some massive Blameoff performance.
Which is what we're going to get. Ain't that right, Christine?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to a break. Let's come back. Let's talk about and look at the next map of this series. Nuke on the cards. It's Complexity Fnatic right here in the DreamHack Masters Spring 2020.
Catch a bad vibe when you're in my Some might play, but I don't wanna rush and make mistakes. And she don't care about the money. She don't wanna be a star. She just gives me good loving. So I keep her in my heart, yeah. Cause if we keep it in the moment, yeah, hope you never go too far. If it's one thing I know, we can move slow, and we can run down the clock. Baby, I got time, 24 hours. was for you. And you're on my mind like all the time. Yeah, I got 24 hours for you. Girl, I just need 24 more. Stand up, baby, round of applause. Stand up like you're ready for war. Oh, girl, I think I need a encore. Girl, I just need 24 more. Stand up, baby, round of applause. Yeah, you know I need 24 more. Yeah, you know I need 24 more. Ain't got much more words that I can say. Girl, there's room in my lane. Yeah, so you can move to outer space. Yeah, cause what's a race without a chase? Yeah, she don't worry about the money. No, she don't care about who you are. She just gives me good loving. Yeah, so I keep her in my heart. Yeah, and if we keep it in the moment. Yeah, hope you never go too far. It's just one thing I know, we can move slow and we can run down the clock. Baby, I got time. Yeah, 24 hours for you. Yeah, and you're on my mind like all the time. Yeah, I got 24 hours for you. Girl, you know that I just need 24 more. Stand up, baby, round of applause. Stand up like you're ready for war. Oh, girl, I think I need a encore. Girl, I just need 24 more. Stand up, baby, round of applause. Yeah, you know I need 24 more. Just give me that 24 more. 24 now.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. We do have Complexity taking on Fnatic here, and the second map is just around that corner. It's Nuke. It's the map choice of Complexity. They did lose out on Fnatic's pick of Train, but I think that's how we expected it, Harry. What do you expect for the second one? Where do you think the series is going?
Well, I like to think it's going to go all three, Hugo. I really do, right? I'm hoping that we can see Complexity bring in their A game here on Nuke. I want to see these guys showing up in spades. We started to see Complexity come back to their feet there towards the end of trade. And so if they can carry this forward heading into Nuke, I think there's still a good chance for them.
Yeah, it's worth noting that Complexity have been...
mate.
Oh, yeah.
They actually put it in favor of Fnatic. So Betway have entirely disagreed with me, Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, right? Fnatic are a map up at the end of the day. Worth keeping in mind, Complexity are on an eight map win streak on Nuke Online. So they have really been grinding this one. And let's see if all of that work is going to have a result behind it. Fnatic have been pressured. Much as how the pistol round was crazy on the T side of Train for Fnatic, Complexity are doing similar stuff. They're already in the heaven at 125. Rush holding the lobby will die. Golden's got to deal with this one. There's already a smoke down. And Complexity losing lobby is going to send them towards that B bomb site. Nice shot from Golden. Makes things worse for Complexity by the second, and it's just not stopping, is it? Kill after kill. Complexity's game plan of splitting that upper bomb site is torn apart, and now trying to drop B. They know Fnatic are already there anyway, and boy oh boy is that true. Two players in the wings, JW gets caught, but even with these kills coming up for Complexity, they're actually going to dive back up the ladder towards top. No one is here, apart from the fact that Fnatic are in the lobby.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one right now. Config's going to try and go back into the lobby, and he might not like what he finds, but honestly, Crims is 2 points of health. Like, Config wins that fight every day of the week, and Brolin's been spotted as well, exiting out from the squeaky door, so they know where these players reside. Config gets brought down to just 1 point of health, but he's still alive and still a threat. Flusher with the defuse kit. Here's... Oh, dear! No! Oh, dear, Flusher! Oh, no, he's tried to go for the knife, and... yeah, Blame ain't about to let you knife him. Look at the guns on that guy. He's looking to use them.
That's a 2-on-5, man. That's crazy. There's no way that Fnatic should be losing that one. So pretty mad stuff. Blame Was that on purpose? Yeah, he knew. Look at the bait. Look at it. He just goes up and down. He's waiting for Flusher to chase him. And I love it. Absolutely filthy from Complexity. And look at this buy. It is similar as well. Mac 10s galore. We've got a force from Fnatic. They won the same round on the CT side of trade. But a scout on JW inside of A main, Deeks and CZs around it. Can Fnatic really put up a fight here? Complexity haven't gone fast or grouped with these Mac 10s, so hopefully that will still happen in the late round, but hitting A at this point would be very dangerous. So they might go back to set up outside smokes or just take the ramp. Those two options seem far safer for Cole at this current point.
Blame going to line up the Molly. That's going to get thrown up and over. There's a nice position here to Brolin, who's dropped on down with this CZ. JW, he's on quite the mission. And, oh, well, you know, he goes a little too far on his journeys. And he finds himself in blame territory. So now, Complexity sat in this 5-on-4 up against the Pistols. They're going to pick up the pace. Very unfortunate timing for Crims. As his teammate has dropped off to go try take up a position down at B, he gets caught at ramp. And these Mac 10s aren't allowing the Pistols too much time to find engagements. Brolin, we often sing high praise about his CZ. But this, a 1v5, like admittedly, they don't really know he's here. Poison is jump. Oh no! For the knife, but he does get this stuff off. Poison gets deleted. Rush comes in with the trade. Brolin isn't normally the kind of guy to chance those knives. So yeah, you know, a little bit of Fnatic seeping into his playstyle more and more by the day.
I mean, when you spend your days surrounded by Flusher, JW, and Crims doing all this mad stuff, I mean, it's pretty standard to pick up some of it. Nice stuff from Brolin. He gets a bit of money, but that's it. It's still an eco round for Fnatic moving forward. They're still not going to be rich until the fourth round of this map. Rush, not a sniper by any means of the word, but that's fine. Not known to be. He got some scout damage off in the previous. But let's see him where we want him, with that Mac 10 and 2 AKs behind it. Cole have invested a little bit more than the previous, making sure they can play it safely, and some outside smokes going straight out into the yard. Cole looking to take the position towards Secret.
Yeah, the fast outside smokes go in, and the cross behind it. Now there is a dink there from all mate Crims through the smoke, and Brolin Golden rather, tries to go aggressive in through the back line. There you go. Brolin does die shortly there in after. And it is just Crims left, the man with the deagle. Over here at ramp, he's got players pressuring him. They actually back away. They give Crims a bit of a respect here. Maybe not for long though. Rush, he wants the money. That's what he's eyeing up right now. And well, that's what happens when you prioritize money in your life. He gets taken down by Crims over at ramp. But that should be pretty much it for old mate Crims here. Dealt with by Poison and Complexity. They're going to find the pistol and the 2 conversions on the back of it. But now this buy comes through for Fnatic. JW's going to get to don the AWP nice and early. And on Train, JW is like one of the quiet players for Fnatic. So here in the head-to-head versus Complexity, you want to see JW getting ahead early on with this AWP.
Without a doubt, with no AWP to stop him, this is the perfect breeding grounds for JW to come alive. He's playing Heaven to support A, but he can also watch outside if needed, and a blind shot finds Rush towards the door. There are those deep smokes for Cole. They're going to try and cross towards Secret. JW, if anyone jumps, he's going to be able to take them out in the air. Golden looking for the man above main roof, rather, does find Blame. And Fnatic have already sent B rotations in, so with Complexity losing their upper side players, while they have the vent to cut off rotations, they don't exactly want to go flying up it into that filled A bomb site, filled with Swedes. Flush has dropped the bomb on B. JW finding another with the AWP, and one by one, they all fall. No kills for Cole, and that's Fnatic showing us what they can do with these rifles. First buy round coming through, and that AWP already showing up with 2 kills as well, so certainly bodes well for the Swedes. It's going to be a big question mark. You know, how much tomfoolery Complexity are going to have on this T side, but how many fakes as they throw these outside smokes and drop towards B? Are we going to see more of those smokes, but with some upper hits coming through, some ramp takes? What do Complexity want to show us as they come in with another rifle round?
Oh, and the attempt at the lobby aggression doesn't pan out for Crims. Brolin. Oh, there he is. Knocks down 3 while he's a little bit blinded. And while Obo does get the trade, Brolin has left Fnatic in a very good spot here. The bomb on the back of Blame, that sneaks down through the vents while Obo continues to sell this fake up at the A site. And Fnatic, they've fallen for it hook, line, and sinker. There's a smoke down in main that denies any vision. And now they realize as that bomb plant comes in down towards B that this is all a ruse by Obo. He almost captures a man getting down through Secret. And that's wasted a little bit of time off the clock for Golden. Obo's still holding down the line, and he's ready for these players to try and cross him through Secret. Blame's meant to be holding on to ramp. AW has gotten out and is actually on the bomb. He's sticking it. Obo gets mollied. He's spraying, but oh dear, he's run out of ammo. And Fnatic, they win the round just sticking the defuse. Blame actually up on the head of the man in the covey. But yeah, that was a very odd round there. Fnatic, they waste no time. They just get straight on the bomb, and I kind of love it.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem for Obo, right? He gives away his position in the A site. If he just dropped down the vents, which I understand why he wouldn't want to do that, but he would have actually beat those rotations from Fnatic from main down towards Secret. He would have had a far better chance of, you know, getting a kill and getting into position to win that round, rather than just, you know, giving away the fact that he was on that top site, letting Fnatic push ramp fast as a result. They knew they had a max 1-on-2 in the bomb site. And a nice stick from JW, of course, just to push us over the line. Fnatic, they break Cole's money. There is that one hero AK on Blame saved from the last, but around that is very little. Flusher, reload coming through. They're going to hit the timing. Perfect push from Cole. Can Flusher get away alive? No. The molly will prohibit them from picking up the gun, but they don't care. Config runs right through into that B bomb site. These pistols are going fast, and I like the fearless aggression from Complexity. If they hung around on a round like this, they wouldn't get a thing done, and they still might lose the round even with these 2 AKs. Fnatic's utility starting to mop up kills on the retake, and oh boy, blink and you miss it. This is out of control. Obo with a big D kill. He's going to get aggressive, and Blame supports him with another. Now left in the clutch again. Oh. He's trapped. They're sticking the bomb. There's nothing he can do. Blame is gone. He's out. He's done. And Fnatic get the retake locked in.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. Once again, it's just sticking the defuse for JW. He doesn't even need a weapon at this point in time. Just buy that man a kit and he's fine. And that's actually, I was going to say, is that what he's done here? Like,
yeah,
that's where he had a gun, but no. He's throwing an AWP into play alongside him with Flusher dotting on as well. Outside smokes go in, but there's a pretty aggressive play here towards outside. The flash is stellar, and Golden's going to remove one on the back of it. Now try and get down through Secret. Crims Ailes config out of the round, but Poison comes in with a trade. JW waiting patiently. Hasn't seen anything yet, but Obo has gotten close to Made. And this A site right now is pretty empty. Outside of JW in Heaven, there's no one here.
But I think they need to be ready for this, though, and I think JW is. He spotted the bomb in Secret taking a peek, and the fact that Brolin's had no contact down on B means Fnatic are going to be starting to scratch their heads, wondering where this play is actually ending up. JW, oh, he better wish he had the AWP out in his hands there. The pistol is not the gun for the job, and Rush shows him why. Brolin quick up the vents, dropping one, knowing that Rush is still inside of this site, and Poison giving away his position with that Molotov is all the info Fnatic need to win this round. Can they hit the shots, though? No! As Rush gets aggressive, he finds Brolin. This grenade could cause a real problem, though, as Flusher looks to stop the plant. Will they just drop B to get away with him? Yes. What a great call for Complexity. Flusher hears it, but he knows too late that he has likely lost his round. Look at it. As he drops down. Oh, dear. Is Flusher just going to save this AWP? Probably. What a shame.
Yeah, it doesn't really have much to go off of on this round. So Complexity, they are going to find this fourth. They get it on the board. It's a bit of a shame as well, because for Fnatic, I really like what they bring outside, right? I like that we have Golden going aggressive, getting set up. He has Crims nearby to help out. And Complexity, their trade game outside was great. Every kill that Fnatic got, Complexity would just instantly reclaim. And ultimately, it sets them up nicely for success in this round. That's 4 on the board now for Complexity.
Good T-side start.
So I was going to say, at least the orbs held on to, right? There's like a bit of a silver lining here for Fnatic. Is that going to be enough for them to fight back within this coming round? Because it's the only thing they've got.
Yeah, P250, so not really a pretty purchase. And Cole might go fast off the back of that information, but I guess it's a double-edged sword. You know there's pistols, so why rush and give away a round if you play slow and wait for that, wait for any aggressive CTs? It can offer you up 3 kills here. JW might be one of them. He's pushed towards the door, but Rush is waiting on a timing, and he hits it perfectly. Headshot follows, and Complexity, they're going to bail from Lobby. I like this call, right? JW, the only info Fnatic have in this round is there's someone watching Lobby, and now at least that is no longer the case. Cole group with these smokes in the yard, they're going to cross towards B, and they know Fnatic can't put up too much of a fight. Flusher, he's got that AWP. It is on ramp, meaning he can rotate B pretty quickly, but have Fnatic made that call yet? Had they made that read? Because right now they have no idea how many players, if any, are crossing behind these smokes towards that lower site. Crim's is going to try and get the information, but he is the last line of defense on lower.
And he's only got this P2K, so likely won't be able to offer much up. Flusher, ramp. Maybe if he pulls the attention away, Crims can get away with a little something here over in this corner. He's still hidden and does get spammed down now by Config. Ooh.
Wait,
uh-oh. Golden's denied the bomb plant. Flusher's swung in from ramp. Rush is all the way up at the A site, having to come down through the vents, but this leaves a 2-on-3 open, and while Rush is wrapping around, yeah, there's 10 seconds left. He needs these kills, and Rush is going to find them both. The AWP from Flusher lands a tag. They don't get into the site. They can't get the bomb down. Flusher's just got to stay alive, and oh, he's running. They can't find him in time, and Blame will get the kill, but it's not enough to put the round on the board for Complexity. Flusher with some stellar AWP play down towards ramp keeps that round in Fnatic's favor.
Oh, the cover. Golden hits the perfect timing. They were so scared of that AWP. They knew it was the one weapon the Fnatic had, and that draws them away from the doors. And wow, Flusher, he's taking fights with 5 seconds left. He doesn't need to do any of that. He can just run. But what a confident display. Peeking out, getting kills with no time left for Complexity. And, well, it could have cost Fnatic the round, but it didn't. So we will meet that with some praise for Flusher. Great work off the hero AWP, and that's a full eco win for Fnatic. A round that should never go their way. Dear, oh dear. Complexity are going to be kicking themselves. The AWP is back out, but Obo's on a pistol, and Complexity is just a round away from a reset. Same story for Fnatic though, right? They don't exactly have a huge amount of money to fall back on, and so this is a crucial one here, round number 9. JW supporting the outside cross, Golden spamming the smokes, but no one is yet to push past Complexity. They have the bomb here, and they need to go fast forward towards B.
Oh, but Golden does drop the AWP over here outside, and even though they're pressuring him, oh, he actually does get dealt with there by Config. Flush is trying to help out from hell, and he's offered up 1 kill, a little bit more damage, and he's hungry for more. He's going aggressive. Now, Rush has gotten out in towards ramp for him in the meantime. And Obo shuts down another. Oh, and he follows up with the P2. So this suddenly goes from looking like a dead to rights Fnatic round to one that Complexity have more than clawed their way back into.
Don't count Crims out, though. That would be a fatal error. They're going to take A, or Complexity are about to go secret to B, but they already had Rush on the site. He cleared it out, and that will draw the cavalry into this one. That's exactly what Crims wants, but can he really stop it? He thinks they're heaven right now, and he doesn't get the kit. He walks right past it. So that's a big mistake from Crims, and I don't think he's realized it either. Like, it was at his feet. It was right in front of him, and, you know, chances of him winning this round are pretty low anyway, but now they are minuscule. And he's just here for kills. If he gets one and leaves, that's good. It at least means Complexity aren't going to be making a huge amount of money. But will they give him that fight? Quick spot, Obo's down, Crim swivels, but he gets traded from the man in the site rush. Nice work there to keep the round up for Complexity. And the lack of kit doesn't bother Crims, as he at least gets 2 kills, right? He makes it interesting, even if it isn't a round win. And now Fnatic broken, right? Absolutely gone when it comes to the money. They're going to force.
And it looked like they wanted to try and maybe come in with like a lobby crunch, right? They slow down though, and maybe they've decided against it. Complexity going to start to move in towards ramp. Rush leading that charge. He's been a bit of a ramp master. Now this lower site play looks to come through. Flusher's still here, but as I say it, he does get mopped up. And while the rotations are here thick and fast, it's still a tricky spot to be in for Fnatic. But oh dear, that's the bomb. The bomb went aggressive into the window room, and JW has been able to drop it and retrieve an AK. They hound him down, but JW's eluded them. Escapes capture from these players in control, and now him and Crim's going to try and regroup and approach this in a 2-on-3. Now, this isn't like an ideal spot for Complexity either. They might have both the man and firepower advantage, but getting this bomb down with these players so close to prove to be a bit of an issue. However, Config and Obo just get immediate control once again. Complexity going to put themselves as 6th up on the board, and now that decision to force for Fnatic comes back to bite them here.
Yeah, this is going to be a real streak on the T side for Cole. So Fnatic's work is really going to be cut out for them in the second half, and just mainly down to the money, right? The fact that they've constantly been broken. Nice push though, good read from Fnatic, but there's so many more forces than they imagined, and Config will lay down the pain. An immediate AWP kill from the pistols, but nothing more. And Fnatic now another rifle round, but up against 7. This is the spot the Complexity were in that first half, right? Like, no matter what you're doing, no matter how many rounds you get, you know you've lost the half, and you're fighting essentially a comeback from, you know, the opening 10 rounds of the game. And that's really where Fnatic are right now. They need to streak together some CT-sided rifle rounds here if they want to win this map. Complexity on the AWP. Fnatic don't quite have that luxury. Flusher's had to buy a FAMAS, poor guy, just to buy a Butil. And there's still no kit here either for Fnatic. So definitely holes in this purchase, and we'll see if Complexity can exploit said holes. They've just loved these outside smokes.
Ooh, Rush. Once again, Rush loves ramp, man. He really does. He's coming back in. He's looking to take control. They trust him. They love him here. So he just is allowed free entry. Gets on by. Flusher is to fall off once again. And once again, he just gets hounded down into this B site. Chased by Complexity. Fnatic, they need to do something about this ramp aggression, because Complexity have just been dominating this ramp room over and over again. Golden spotted that there's 2 players down here, and Poison's going to best him in the head-to-head. For Brolin and JW, this might just have to be a save. They're still creeping forward. They're still seeing if they can find anything. And yeah, they can't. Brolin's going to try and hold on to this M4, but it's an 8th round on the board for Complexity.
Yeah, when you watch a player like Flamey, for example, like play drop down on ramp and you know, play in a position where they don't want to fight, like someone like Flamey's so good at that, just spotting and immediately getting safely into B with the information, knowing ramp is compromised. Flusher, he tries to do the same there, right? He's holding a nice tight angle. He's not giving a lot away to Cole. He gets the info. He immediately drops after taking some shots. And Rush is so quick on that chase, so fast to hound him down. And when Rush is getting away with those kills, like he gets a kill, he immediately dies the B site. But it doesn't matter because Rush has done the job that needed to happen for Complexity to steamroll that round, right? The immediate B pick, they just fall behind it. You see how Flusher leaves immediately, but he just doesn't get out alive. And I love that from Rush, hounding him down to the ends of the earth and locking out Fnatic from that lower bomb site. Certainly doesn't help when, you know, Fnatic Cole are throwing outside smokes to start the round. So Fnatic already think Cole is secret to some degree. They don't have that info. And so, you know, already bursting 4 or 5 with ramp is the last thing that Fnatic are expecting. A quick tack pause coming to a close and another eco round for the Swedes. Never where you want to be on the CT side of Nuke, but it's what's been served to them. So pistols out and play around this one hero F4 of Roland rather. He did get 4 back on train in an eco round similar to this, so let's see if he can one-up himself.
Complexity are just so irritated with how slow they play this T side, right? Fnatic, they are like dying for one of these guys to offer up an early fight, and that doesn't come through. They're just holding their ground, and so this is going to tempt Fnatic forward to try and go for these pushes. And Complexity, they're just holding on. Now, JW has caught a good little timing to find himself in this position because Rush was holding this, backed away for a moment, and then came back. And during that time, JW's worked his way up close. However, they're still holding. JW is going to best config, and he knows that he doesn't get many more chances at those fights, so he backs away. Brolin's M4 isn't able to stand the test of time inside of the A site. And while for Golden and Flusher, just with these Deegs, one by one, they're getting picked apart. And then, unsurprisingly, it's back in towards ramp with Rush.
Yeah, about as well as you like it to go. Complexity have no issue with dropping the final man, and this map of Nuke, well, this 8 win streak on Nuke as of late is maybe you're looking to go one step further here. Complexity getting opening kills through smokes. Not a lot Flusher or Fnatic can do about it. Flusher and JW with the AWPs now. Only Golden on double digits here for Fnatic. We need someone else to join him. We need someone to step up here as Complexity are having a really, really good time on this T side. Poison going back for more. Crims won't give him the satisfaction though. He won't give him the fight. And a Molotov and a grenade on the door will deny Poison's position. He's going to fall back and play it a little bit safer, waiting for Fnatic to push instead. I like this default from Cole, right? They just don't do anything early. They don't ever give away these opening kills to Fnatic by, you know, vent diving or rushing off of spawns. They play very safe. They wait for Fnatic to make a move. And often Fnatic have been pushing, prodding, poking with these pistols. But in a round like this where Fnatic aren't going to be making the first move, Complexity, they can fall back to these outside smokes, go for a ramp hit. We've seen them be very keen to take the top site with Molotovs coming in from T-Roof. They've shown us a lot in this T side, and so this might just be another quick A-burst for Cole. Let's see if Fnatic can stop it.
Ooh, well, Brolin certainly seems to think so. He's secured a double. Crims' molly has burnt out another. And there's JW hopping down from the heavens. Poison, he gets dropped at the very, very end. And so Fnatic, they get themselves a 5th round on the board. Still, so much money in those Complexity bank accounts as a result of this very, very one-sided lead thus far. They're not worried about, you know, losing everyone in this round. They still get an investment and they still have a great scoreline to their name. As said, you know, it feels like a 9-6 half makes all the difference if you're a team like Fnatic, right? 10-5, still on the cards for Complexity. Brolin arriving a little bit late to the top of Hut. Players have already got down the vent. Brolin is chasing them. He's hounding them down. Oh, there he is, delivering the double. He burns out afterwards to the molly from Config. But he's secured the bomb. He's secured the man advantage for Fnatic. Crims is left outside. The outside smokes go in, and I like that. Crims almost gets caught throwing utility, but Blame was not able to find the kill. W repositioning, drops Poison. Poison does leg him in response, but it wasn't the killing blow that was needed. And this leaves Obo in a 1v4.
That was a sick round for Fnatic, right? Regardless of how this goes. And I think it shows why Complexity have been running some of these slower rounds, right? Not playing off of Spawn, not playing the madness, because that is where Fnatic are going to be so good in these chaotic rounds where communication gets very tight. And, you know, that's something even looking further where, you know, a multinational team like Complexity could struggle in that aspect. Obviously, everyone here in this side can speak English, but, you know, even little things like that can get in the way. Either way, a great round for Fnatic. They put 6 up at the end of the half. They show us what they can do, but can they take a 2-0 victory, or will Complexity be bringing us to Mirage? Those are the questions, and the answers, well, they'll be coming in just a minute, so join us in a sec.
You can't seem to find a way out, no. You reach out for God, but no one seems to listen. Bad breaks, setbacks, yeah, all seem to test you out. But don't you let it, don't you let it stress you out, no. Don't you worry about today. There's no tomorrow, no yesterday. All of your problems will fade away. There doesn't have to be a reason for it. Eternally searching, yeah, for the reasons you can't find. To all the questions that are in your mind. But when you're gonna realize, no matter how long you may look, that it all takes time, yeah. You've gotta be patient for it. Even though some situations are gonna get you down. Well, if you can relate to it, then you know exactly what I mean. Don't you worry about today. There's no tomorrow, no yesterday. All of your problems will fade away. There doesn't have to be a reason for it. So anytime something's going wrong in your life, why don't you just forget about yourself for just one night? Yeah. As the moon is when the sun goes down, and I'll be around. So don't you worry about today. There's no tomorrow, no yesterday. All of your problems will fade away. There doesn't have to be a reason for it.
Wow, 9-6 at the end of the first half of play, and Complexity narrowly keeping this lead in their favor. You can see those Betway odds, Hugo. They've shrunk right on down, but they're still edging this one in favor of Fnatic. And, you know, they were able to make that half more competitive there towards the very end. So let's see if they can keep the good times rolling over here on their T side. They start off with some early utility into this A bomb site, trying to feign a fast execute into A. And that has pulled rotations on over, but the 3 players at ramp, this is not something I think Fnatic are going to be ready for by any stretch of the imagination. And oh dear, it has meant that this bomb is able to go down lower. Complexity sat in a 4-on-3 already on the rotation. Config snipes down 1. Now hiding close was JW. He was playing the trigger discipline. You needed him to get those kills if you're Fnatic. They're on the defuse already. Brolin trying to deny it, and he can't. Complexity going to steal that 10th round away. And Fnatic, they get blindsided by the heavy amount of ramp players. JW missing some crucial shots after playing the trigger discipline as well.
Yeah, that was a great setup for Cole, right? Obviously, not I can imagine not really a read. They were stacked for ramp, but the fact that they, you know, peeled so quickly and set up towards Hell, deal with that flank from Fnatic. It was the same pistol round, the Complexity round on the T side, or a very similar one. And Brolin comes in from radio to try and assist as he realized those ramp players have gone towards Hell, but he can only get away with a couple of kills. And at that point, While the bomb's planted on B, Config hit some immaculate shots, and the cover just wasn't there. There was a player close towards ramp, but Fnatic let Config get out into the site. So yeah, that's a messy one, and that should push Cole over the line at the start of the half here. Obviously, Fnatic forcing. They want to battle for these early rounds, but will they come out on top? Obo spraying, only good for one. The rotate is here from outside. Poison has to let them get down lower. He can fight towards Hell with his scout, but Fnatic have already taken their route towards B. Config here with a gun. He knows they're close, though. The smoke lands. He'll give up the site, and, well, Fnatic losing another fight outside will not bode well in this post plant.
Yeah, Config's doing a good job as well of just sniping these players away down at the lowest site and keeping things in the advantage of complexity. Now, he actually does get bested there by Flusher. Golden set up back in decon. Oh, if Flusher was able to get that kill, maybe there's a chance of Fnatic here, but now it falls onto Golden in this 1v3. Smoke's going to rain on in. He runs through to try and deny the defuse, and Golden, oh, he has dealt with two of the players. All right, now it's Blame F on him. He's closing the distance. He gets the kill, but yeah, there's no time for the defuse. Fnatic, they do it. Wow. They get it over the line.
That is impeccable. Golden, I mean, you know, he was the only player at double digits at the end of the half, but he is just showing up, and not just in the stats alone. That's a great stall as well, right? After he gets the first off the bomb, finds a second, hides, stalls as long as he can. He doesn't even care about taking that fight. He doesn't care about going down. He just wants the round, and the bomb timer allows him to take it. Fnatic, in both these maps, they've lost these T pistols and won the force. Actually, sorry. That was incorrect. They won it on the CT side on Train. They won it on the T side on this map. So yeah, Fnatic, they just love the force buys, man. What can you say? Not so much the pistols, but we'll forget about that. Complexity, they're back to a low buy. They've got a scout as well, and these scouts have been very good to Cole, but Khalil going outside with a flashbang, only getting one, trading quickly. No smoke down here for Fnatic. I don't know if that's by design. They're looking for fights potentially towards these pistols, but the scout finding a tag before it's eventually finished off, and with this kill, Fnatic can go anywhere they want. Rush pushing. Ooh, that was a big kill. If JW gets it, Fnatic probably just split the A site through main, but now they've lost control on top, and B is looking like an option as well. Obo putting up kills, showing the Complexity are not going down without a fight.
Crims is like stuck in garage with this bomb right now. He doesn't want to risk going down. He's trying to rejoin back up with Flusher. He sits over here in main. Still back in the A bomb site, you'll see a man named Rush. He's holding on to that Galil. Flusher doesn't know that he resides within this site. Rush is having a bare heaven in mind, which is a little bit upsetting considering you've got Obo in Hell, right? And that's all because they just don't know whether or not they're sneaking up through outside. Now, Config catches the bomb back in main and armed with this Deagle. Ooh, you don't want to mess with a man named Config when he's armed with his little green. However, Flusher actually does do exactly that, and he seemed pretty glad to take the gunfight, even shooting at the corpse after the fact. So Fnatic, an 8th on the board. They get that conversion up on the tally.
Flush is counting bullets there in that one-on-one. He knows that Config is going to take the fight. He knows how Config plays. Config's not going to hide or try and go heaven and play the post part. No, Config's going to go for the kill. And Flusher, he just jiggles. He forces 5 or so shots out of him, and he goes, yes, screw it, I can commit. And Config, a couple of missed shots, and that's all it takes. A reload will be his loss. And Fnatic just continuing to put up numbers here. They may have lost the pistol, but back-to-back rounds and breaking Cole's economy right back. There's a 4-man ramp stack with a player down lower. So quite the setup, but Fnatic with these early outside smokes have cleared Secret. The issue is this bomb is coming in on a ramp play. Fnatic want to split B. They think this position is going to be fairly unguarded, but they couldn't be further from the truth. Roland's cleared out lower, but now into the stack they go. Complexity, do they hold their nerve here? This flank is coming in from lower, very loud as well. Golden's not seen the players right above him. This is a mess, and Complexity are about to show us what they can do, but there's that second lurker from lower. They realize it's a stack. Flusher backs up. JW doesn't want to give them the bomb, and Crims has already begun his way into that A site. There it is from JW, knifing them into the back as they push towards the lobby, and that's a great reaction for Fnatic. Got a bit scary there for a second as Golden doesn't clear anything, but once they realize that there's a heavy setup from Complexity, Fnatic, they pull the bomb away, and well, JW doing JW things, they'll get rid of those pistols with ease.
I love it. You know, he made the call this time. Right, guys, just run. It's fine. I got the knife. And yeah, he does what JW often does. In this round, there's going to be no AWP poison. Instead, he's relegated down to a scout. And Fnatic, they really do apply the brakes here heading into this first rifle-on-rifle round. Oh, Rush is going to deal with JW, trying to sneak out through that smoke. Well, he ends up going a little bit deep, and Fnatic are just able to slide on round it. But there is already a rotation down here towards lower. That's Blame F. He doesn't get the information that 3 players have slipped on by, but he hears the footsteps, and so he's going to call for a rotation from Obo. Molly in a smoke down at ramp, and Obo just can't play into this round yet. He's got to wait. He's got to wait for one of these to fade. Now, Blame F is still an unknown entity, and the bomb right now is not in a position where anyone can get that trade. So Blame has allowed that kill, and there's nothing Fnatic can do about it. Rush has followed up a double through the smoke. It's all left onto Flusher in a 1v5.
Oh, and dinked on the first fight, right? He may get the kill, but that doesn't really set him up for success in this clutch. Flusher, will he still go for it? Actually has a decent bit of money, and saving this would mean he can drop over a gun to Brolin in the follow-up. So makes a lot of sense to walk away from this round. Flusher making the right call, as he often does. But that's not going to be the right round for Fnatic. I like that play from Blame as well, especially going into the first like proper B drop round for Fnatic where they run the gauntlet behind those smokes. Blame, he doesn't spot, he doesn't go for information, but he hears Fnatic running and can come for a rotate. That rotate of Obo keeps Fnatic with their attention on ramp, and then they go for the plant thinking B's clear. They've seen no one, and Blame pops out from the door, dropping the planter. No cover for Fnatic. They're all focused on ramp, and yeah, that's the round lost really at that point. So nice play from Blame, but that's something that, you know, I understand why he does it there, but he probably won't do it again because Fnatic are going to be very careful moving forward. You can only assume about clearing the secret, making sure there are no lurkers down lower. Great round from Rush once more. He's been showing up inside of this series. Complexity 2 rounds ahead of Fnatic. Here's another buy round.
Oh, Krim's going to open up, and as they go back towards outside, Flusher is absolutely not wasting time at all. He barrels in over the top of main. Now, Config taking up this position. He gets double peeked and does get dropped.
Whoa.
Golden's Deagle ringing out death as it all falls onto Obo in the 1v2. The A site's been conceded. However, the bomb is all the way back in lobby, so they've got to go and get that. This has given some precious time over to Obo. Might give him a bit more of a chance here in this clutch. A bomb finally arriving. Now about to go down. Obo tries to get out through heaven, and Golden just keeps his watchful eye on it. 3 kills in the round. 2 with the Deeg, 1 with a scavenged M4, and Fnatic, they answer straight back with a 10th.
Yeah, great reaction once they lose Flusher outside to double peak main. I don't know how Golden gets away with those kills, but yeah, just excellently done. Fnatic not letting Complexity run away with these man advantages, and now not letting them run away with rounds. It's 10-11. It's a triple nade on an eco for Cole. They're going to dump these grenades outside, but the max 1 player here. It's Roland pushed past, and oh dear, that's a messy start to the spray. There won't be a recovery. It's a gun gifted if they want to grab it. No one's picked it up yet for Cole. They're still waiting for more players potentially, but by this point, Fnatic have taken ramp. They've taken a lot of control, and they're looking towards B. You can see Crims scarred from the previous round, smoking off the decon doors, but Cole have begun such a fast rotate down here. Fnatic are walking into all 5 players.
Ooh. Yeah, JW's probably happy that the door's been swung open there.
Oh, he got
Flame gets
wallbang.
burnt out. I love that little combo of utility. Getting him trapped, and Config will deliver another. Luckily enough, it's all kept even, and this wrap round from Crims, you were hoping was going to really solidify the round. JW and Golden will get Fnatic there anyway, and now tied up at 11 all, bearing in mind that this was a very one-sided start to this map from Complexity. This is a great turnaround for the Swedes.
Yeah, Blame not only getting burnt, but that noise gets heard, and you'll see his head, I'm sure, shake when he gets shot through the door there in that replay. JW spamming it when he hears Blame try to escape. I love that, just playing with the doors. Open, close, doesn't let Cole through, and they don't have a grenade to blow it off or anything, so yeah, that's a tough round, a rough round. A Poison, he's looking to pick up the pieces, but tag is all he can muster outside, finding Brolin on 11. Probably having to retreat from that position. It's a ramp burst, it's a lineup for Obo, and he almost gets a third, putting Crims down to 40. That smoke is a bit of a one-way, but not really in the way that Fnatic wanted it. Crims will trade and regain this position. Flush is going to look to do the same outside, but a quick switch again that could cost him more than he hoped as he tags down Blame, will abandon this position. He had the bomb as well, so losing that would have been the round. And Fnatic, where do they even go from here? They have ramp, they have lobby, they know Cole are pushed outside, and they know as a result there should be players on that top site. So yeah, Fnatic probably just going to try and hit A and hope for the best. It's actually only one player here right now with a fast rotate available for Poison. Rush has to put up a defense.
Oh, he's swinging on this smoke, checking it, and he is going to best Flusher. That was the only man with like full HP for Fnatic. Brolin and Crims are the walking wounded, and now they might just be the walking dead as Rush finds them both. 3 in the round from him. There was one man in that A site, and we needed Rush to step up and deliver, and that is exactly what he does. The Complexity, they're going to keep this lead in their favor.
A great hold on ramp for Obo. The fact that he's able to put up 2.5 there, set to rush up for this final spray, dropping Crims. Complexity, they may have had 4 alive with only 1 on A, but they didn't need more than 1 on A. Rush holding his own in a crucial round that's broken Fnatic's money. They've got a couple of guns, but relying on Crims and Golden, who have, to be fair, been the consistent players in this map, which is good and it's bad, right? You know, we haven't had Flusher really looking sick. He's not had a lot of opportunity. Brolin's been fairly quiet. JW's AWP was good in the first half, but obviously the money isn't there right now for Fnatic. Poison, similarly quiet, but as often is the case on T-side Nuke, with him switching over, I think this is going to be a lot better for him outside, trying to support his 2 riflers behind Red and in main, respectively. Behind Garage, rather. Fnatic with late smokes, they're going to try and cross towards Secret. Oh dear.
Flusher just deletes Blame F with the CZ. You know, it's only 1 kill, but this has put the pressure on for Complexity. Config, though, is a man molded in the pressure. He's dealt with Golden nicely. This AWP gets spotted, and JW would love to get his hands on it, but he's not able to beat Poison at ramp. And so Fnatic, you know, they wanted to go for this beat. Flusher, it is CZ, man. It's unfair.
Get him out of here. We don't want him. It's not legit. It's clear. It's obvious. And it might be Fnatic winning an eco, Harry. Oh dear. Into the meat grinder.
There we go. They get up, but the AWP is in heaven and it's ready to go. Poison putting on a bit of a show. 2 kills, and he knows now just by surviving he's done enough. Flush is going to hold on to this M4, but that's not like, it's not groundbreaking for Fnatic, right? They get it close, but they're not able to get it over the line. And now for Fnatic, they're going to be in a bit of an awkward spot in terms of the money. Flush is donning that M4 into this round. No one else is going to be investing because they want to have a buy in the next. And obviously now they're going to be a bit out of sync in terms of these investments. So what can Flusher do with this M4? You feel like it kind of has to be worth it on the back of that save there.
Yeah, he's got to make it work. He's got to get something done, and that's a great opener, dropping the only ramp player. And, oh, I like it. He drops his gun behind him, but don't know where it is. No one's found it yet, but he picks up the AK with the E button, so doesn't need to commit to the ramp take. No one's got this M4. Someone needs to get this M4. Golden's going back for it, and he has grabbed it off the ground as well. So that position getting retaken for Cole is obviously a bit of a problem for Fnatic, but they didn't know that that was a solo setup, right? They just didn't want to rush into the stack, and somehow Crims and Flusher combined for a kill outside. The grenade isn't that good, and Fnatic, they're still a man up in this round. Config looks to put them a man down as he gets aggressive with this M4, but players from all sides and all heights on top of the silo. Crims pressuring, he will find that kill, getting an AK off of his teammate as well, and Fnatic, just everywhere they go, they're trading kills, which is impeccable considering what they brought into this round. Just 1 armored gun and 4 pistols, and now this is doable.
Oh, JW just heard the scope, and he knows that Poison is in hell now. Rush is outside in the meantime, and if he's able to deal with these 2 players crossing, then that should be the round dead to rights, no matter how good this wrap is from JW. There's the kill onto Poison and an AWP put into his hands. 25 seconds and Rush last seen in main. JW, he's got to be many things here. He's got to be great, but also he's got to be fast. And he's going to start this rotation to retrieve the bomb. Takes the M4, needs the reload, has to find the kill or a bomb plant here. And with the time that's left, he's going to try and duck down the vents, but Rush is ready, holds on to A, and solidifies yet another round on the board at 4 complexity.
That's such a tough round for JW, man. Like, you can see him trying to process it at the 25-second mark. Like, do I go heaven and look for the kill? That probably, in hindsight, obviously, would have been the best way of winning that round, just going heaven. But, you know, he doesn't want to risk going heaven and then Rush being in lobby or one of the millions of positions he could have taken that wouldn't have been applicable to JW there. And it's a great eco from Fnatic. Remember, that was one gun, but they made it so close and just couldn't convert it. Rush, in every difficult situation, in every round where Complexity is seemingly like in a tough spot, Rush comes in with a multi-kill. He's been doing it on Train. He does it again. And, you know, from him soloing that top site and dealing with the eco round that Fnatic made close last time, to him mowing down both players outside just there. Great work. In this one, Poison's picked up a kill, and Crim's dead in the lobby as Fnatic try and move outside. It's not a full commitment though, and Poison, oh, maybe he should have been ready for that one. JW still in the lobby, and Fnatic have 2 players here. The bomb eventually leaving and joining the rest of the team outside. That's where BlameF sits very passive, giving away the control, and Fnatic, they're just going to take A.
Oh, can they get past config though? Well, Brolin certainly seems to think so. He's actually completely opened up this A bomb site, and BlameF all the way back in CT spawn. They're going to be hard pressed to play into this round. Likely just going to try and hold on to this M4. Fnatic coming in with the 12th. This game, you know, still one that's recoverable from the Fnatic squad, especially because on the back of winning this round, they break the money of complexity. So you're hoping that, you know, there should be a 13th loaded in the chamber ready to go for Fnatic. But as we've seen, getting past these kind of low buy rounds where you have a couple of hero weapons is sometimes a pretty tall order.
Ooh. The save providing something for Blame, but he won't get away with his life. Brolin with 3 in the round, and you know, it's nice to see some changes in this map. It's nice to see Obo having a good game. Think back to Train, even though, you know, it was a pickup for Fnatic. Anyway, Obo, he was constantly on that CT side, left in the B bomb site, having to rotate into a lost outer bomb site. We didn't really see a lot from him as a result. Not really in the right position, but yeah, right now he's showing up top of the server. Obo was 5-0 in opening duels, and now 5-1. Still pretty good scoreline, as Complexity have themselves 14-12 up, but a bit of an investment here. They know the money is in Skewith spot, and Fnatic have that information too. They've even got a Mac 10 on Crims just to really farm the cash in this 27th round. This game looking to be going the distance. There's still a world where Fnatic can 2-0 this series, which I think is kind of shocking considering how well Complexity have looked on this map, but only a couple of rifle rounds away from that very fact. How does Blame hit that?
Yeah, I saw there was a player up there, and I was like, was that Blame up on the boost? No. And it was. He was able to deeg one down, and now Rush delivers another kill. That's the bomb dropped. Crims has been able to retrieve it, but just barely. And these pistols are looking to cause some chaos here for Complexity. JW's still up on T-Roof, and he's going to have to try and come in late. Now, doesn't want to make noise here, because Config is pushed into the lobby. Obo, the lone stalwart B-side defender, deegs down Golden, and now looks to get a little bit more. Poison in with the flick, and it's all left onto JW. This was a round where Complexity had next to nothing. And it's all onto one man for Fnatic. JW on this rotation. Just under a minute left. Time is his only ally right now, and even that is slowly but surely turning against him. What do you even do here if you're JW? He's looking for any kill to present itself, and Complexity just aren't going to offer him up these one-on-ones. They get that trade, they lock in the round. It's 15 on the board for Complexity in an eco round.
Yeah, I feel like we've had more eco wins than rifle wins in this series, Harry, from both teams. But yeah, that's mental for Complexity. How do they do that? Blame with a brilliant shot, but he's not the only one. Poison, look at the flick. Look at the speed. And wow, a wrist breaker. Also a Swede breaker, because maybe 3 rounds in a row for Fnatic to take us to OT, or more likely a third map in this series, as Complexity looks to take us to Mirage. It's a fast one from Fnatic through the Molotov. Brolin gets the opening kill, and he will run right down towards that lower site. Fnatic, they may have just won the round off of this. It might be a wise call to save for Cole if they don't get the next kill here, and so pressure really is on these players who have rotated in anticipation of this rush. Obo getting caught, and yeah, it's dropping apart, it's falling apart rather. Blame does trade onto JW getting aggressive, but this is still a really rough call for Complexity. If kills don't present themselves, then a save might be the best option here.
Yeah, that looks to be the case, right? They're already backing out. They're heading over towards Secret and grouping up. Flusher trying to deny these saving players. He's just being a nuisance. 30 now on the board for Fnatic, and it is another one of these forced by victories coming in. Is this going to be enough to keep the Swedes in this map, though? 13 on the board. They need 2 in a row to get us to OT.
The word conditioning comes to mind, Harry, because right there, you know, that only works because Fnatic goes so fast. If they go a second later, the round is completely different, but they beat Complexity to B and win those first 2 opening kills, and that's really what makes that round happen. Now, Complexity, they might feel the need to stack ramp in this one. They might feel the need to put more players there, and that potential conditioning for Fnatic could be what they use to their advantage, right? Going aggressive somewhere else, taking the top site quickly. I don't know, do Complexity even want to make that gamble, or do they just want to play safer towards the ramp position, right? That is also a way of looking at it. So Obo does that. He plays Hell. He won't need a stack here, and that at least allows Complexity to run a standard default setup. They won't be, you know, pulled out of playing their own game by Fnatic's T side. And I think that is crucial, having confidence in your own setup. So passive from Obo, and elsewhere for Fnatic, they throw those outside smokes. JW looks to try and get this ramp kill, and Obo's giving it up. There it is. JW finding a frag, and Fnatic with a man up can do whatever they want once again.
Oh, and it's just every POV we're cutting to, we are seeing Fnatic laying waste to Complexity. Now, Rush with this little silo flank could have accomplished a lot, but they've just beat him on the timings. They've just gotten into main. Now they're even holding for this drop. Brolin spots the shadow, knows there's a man on top of main. And so he's not going to give this one up anytime soon. 14 on the board for Fnatic. And these 2 players on Complexity's side, they want to hold on to these guns, because if they don't, they've got nothing up against this OT point. They're going to be forced buying these Deegs, you know, pistol armor into this round, but that is it. That is all they've got to deny overtime.
Flusher's buying UMPs and rifle rounds, Harry. Flusher, he has money for AKs. He doesn't want an AK, and he finds both saving players there with a UMP. Like, that's brutal. That's so Flusher, and it might be enough for Fnatic to take us to overtime in our opening series of the day. Roland taking a spot outside. We have these late smokes for Fnatic. Currently being lined up, but not being thrown. So maybe we'll go back to that later on as Fnatic hold for a lobby push. JW, nice shot as they push through the smoke. Complexity inside of the lobby, though. JW putting up a fight, putting up a battle, and getting rid of these guns, not wanting anyone for Cole to pick up a weapon. Blame has done that, though, with a trade to Flusher and a 1-on-3 presenting himself. Do not count Blame out, but Fnatic, even with this 3-on-1, they are going to run right down towards B and get the early bomb plant in. They know Blame's first point of rotation is ramp. And right now, they're just clearing everything out to be safe.
Yeah, the only risk factor for a moment looked like it could have been Brolin still floating around on that upper site, and he just safe rotates down through the vent, so he's dodged danger well. This leaves Blame having to come in with a secret flank. They might not anticipate this. Everyone seems to be geared up more towards ramp right now. And actually, as I say that, both these players have fallen back towards the door, and D can't Blame. He's going to struggle to find much now that they know where he is. And looking into the site, he spots the legs of Golden, gets some damage off, but it's not the killing blow that was needed. Ooh, spots the man in Decon as well. Fnatic are just being slimy. They're not giving the gunfights over. They're not giving him away back into this round, and they'll shut him out of it. Fnatic, they lock in overtime here on Nuke as they find that 15.
Damn, though. 6 rounds in the CT side for Fnatic initially, and they somehow bring this all the way back. They even lose the pistol going into the second half, and it's a force buy for Fnatic. Exactly what got them over the line on Train as well, right? Winning these forces after losing pistols, and right now they have taken us to the distance. And then some. Double Orgs for Cole. We've not seen any of these in play, but I welcome them. The AWP is out for Poison here. He's still been a bit quiet. He has, without a doubt, had a recovery buying the AWP and the CT side, but he's still only at 14, bottom of his team right now and the server. So this could be where Poison comes alive in OT. Fnatic, where do they want to go? Lots of utility on this top site, trying to push players off of the hut roof. They've done that to Config, but they're not going to be playing off the back of that position. They are mollying Ramp and looking to burst it instead. Crims throwing everything he's got towards his position. Into the AWP they go, and Poison will find that kill. Blame follows, Poison with a second. Fnatic are getting torn apart in the Ramp room. Flusher in a 1-on-5.
Yeah, you don't fancy Flusher's odds, but if there ever was a time for a vintage Flusher performance, I guess it's now. And they're just going to double peek it. The Rap's coming in from behind as well, and Flusher is dead to rights. The Complexity, they grab the first in OT. 16 to 15, and with a bit of money behind them, with a bit more of a financial backing, they're able to run away with a round. There was a lot of fights going down towards outside there. Can't imagine that's something that Fnatic are going to give over. Once again, they might look to slow it down a bit here in this round. JW is going to be donning his AWP once more. And outside smoke's getting thrown on over. These are the standard two that fall deep over towards the red position. And this is going to mean that Blame might call for a bit of assistance over here towards outside, and that is not where the play is looking to come in for Fnatic. Now the A play looks to come through, and they almost catch Config on the ladder, but instead he shut them all down. It's left onto Golden in the 1v5, and Config with the wallbang to solidify it. What a round from him as he reaches 30 kills on the scoreboard. A stellar way to get there from Config. 17 to 15, and Fnatic, they might have clawed us all the way to OT, but the moment we've gotten into it, Complexity have come up clutch time and time again.
Often teams move away from what's been working in regulation, trying to remain unpredictable coming into OT, and Fnatic have tried that, but Cole have also switched things up, right? This AWP has been very mobile. Oh, Poison, he has been supporting Ramp in these rounds, and that's where Fnatic have put a lot of pressure on, and in this one, finding an opening kill outside